Hello, welcome to Ennara Reacts. Today I am continuing with the Battlestar Galactica series, and I am currently on episode 9. So we shall see how it continues. Still a lot of questions. I don't know how Baltar manages not to get discovered with all his weird actions and everything, or Boomer, how she can't realize that she's a Cylon, or why he hid the fact that his test said that she was. So, we shall see.
The president is waiting for you up in the core.
There for some particular reason?
Clear the deck.
Madam President, we are the proud owners of the universe's first bona fide Cylon detector.
I claims to finished it, huh?
So, when do we begin?
You can only do one person at a time, and verification takes hours.
I don't remember Boomer's taking hours.
So, who's going to go first?
Well, I think people in sensitive positions should go first.
I completely agree. How about you?
Does she suspect him?
If you're a Cylon, I'd like to know.
If I'm a Cylon, you're really screwed.
Yeah.
Seriously, I do think that you should go first.
Well, then maybe you should go first.
Miss President.
All right, I'll go first.
I think that's good.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause you're suspicious. Everybody's gonna be suspecting everybody.
They always do that?
Oh, they're just showing off.
So this is officially a date?
Is this room like the makeout lane of the ship there?
How's he these days?
The old man? He's fine, I guess. Seems distracted or something. He's been making all these weird calls from his quarters. Trace file, nothing.
Not sure you should be telling him that.
Billy Kakaya, are you pumping me for information about the old man?
It's what it sounds like.
No.
Well, I hope you like the answers, because they're the last one you're gonna get for a while.
Yeah, I don't imagine there's much room for privacy.
He said he's been acting differently.
So he is acting as like a spy.
Some scrambled wireless calls he didn't want logged. She didn't know who he called or why. I cannot that we're actually entertaining the idea that Commander Adama has been somehow placed by a Cylon duplicate.
If he was a Cylon, you'd all be dead. Come on.
I hope you're right.
I mean, he's literally commanding the fleet. If he wanted to, if he was a Cylon, you'd all be toast. Come on.
47,905 blood samples. 11 hours to test each one for Cylon indicators.
It's a long time.
21,956 days.
60.1534 years.
Holy crap.
I prefer to kill myself.
Is there some way to make it speed up a bit? That's nuts.
Commander Adama, are you a Cylon?
Tune in tomorrow.
There should be some perks.
Really? At least start the test first before you go all daydreamy. You got 11 hours for the test to go. Oy. Oh God. Somebody's gonna walk in him. Oh boy.
What's up, Doc?
You done, Trace? It's good to see you. I'm just keeping up with the old exercises.
I should feel a lot better. What brings you to the lab at this time of the night? What can I do for you?
You can zip up your fly.
Yeah.
My blood test
You're right about one thing, guys. There is something very intriguing about her.
Very. Good, very good.
Way to make it even more awkward, if that's even possible. Better make that last, unless that moonshining business. Oh, you poured it out. Well, that's one way to go on the wagon. Issues.
Cylon Raider, where's the old man?
He's not aboard, sir.
Not aboard. Where the hell is he?
Yeah, where'd he go?
About an hour ago, no flight plan.
No flight plan.
That's highly unusual.
Looks like I got his weapon system.
Oh, but you didn't stop him from jumping.
Probably giving away our position to every Cylon.
Time to run.
Where the hell is the old man?
Contact. Single Raider.
Another one?
I see him. It's the same Raider.
It can't.
He jumped away again.
It can't jump right.
Single Raider, same telltales.
Wounded bird can't fly home. This is our perfect chance to get some intel.
Could they capture it for another ship to fly like Starbuck did? Who's that?
Mind telling me where the hell you've been?
Allow me to present your wife.
Excuse me? I thought he, hated her. Why would you want to bring her on board? I mean, he literally burned a hole in her face of the picture and crumpled it up and tossed it in the garbage. And I believe they were getting divorced or something before the whole war thing broke out. So I'm pretty sure he's not necessarily happy to see her. Back to Caprica. Okay.
Fucking noise.
They're after me. While they're holding me, I overheard some things.
Delphi?
Best place to try to grab a ship and get off this fucking planet.
And then what? You got no way to catch up with the rest of the fleet, right?
Doctor, I would like you to call me the moment Commander Adama's test is complete.
Commander Adama cancelled his test a short time ago.
Why?
He gave me another sample and said it had priority.
Whose?
Some woman called Ellen.
Dr. Baltar, I would like you to resume testing Commander Adama's blood sample immediately.
I can't believe you're alive.
I can't believe it myself.
But Adama suspects her of being a Cylon?
You've been on the Rising Star all this time?
I guess so. They tell me I was knocked out when the Cylons attacked the airport.
Interesting.
This wounded bird is jumping all over the place out there.
And every time it jumps, there's more data that we can use.
Isn't the other issue with the Cylon she captured gonna be that it's partly organic? I mean, it's dead, right? It's gonna start rotting and decomposing and falling apart, right?
You have dinner plans? Come on.
It's all in the past.
Start over. Forget it.
No, you can't forget it.
I'm on duty. Official business.
Feels like old times.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
I'll be here, waiting.
Mm-hmm. So they're just ready to all of a sudden throw away all animosity and just be together.
I do appreciate how difficult this is for you to hear, believe me. But I would advise you right now not to say anything that you will regret.
What makes you think he'd regret it?
I need to know if you have seen anything suspicious about his recent behavior.
No.
What about the fact that he left the Galactica without telling anyone where he was going, and at that very moment, Cylon Raider jumped into view?
I know exactly where he was. He was picking up my wife.
Your wife's name is Ellen?
Yes, it is.
I'd very much like to meet your wife.
Well, now you know who he was trying to get tested.
Resume the test on Ellen. No trouble at all.
Did she switch it back again?
Surprise.
Oh no.
Did you get this?
You are a bad influence, lady. He's supposed to be on the wagon. Are you already drunk?
Starting over.
I'm technically still on duty.
Oh, I think they could do without you for a day.
Not really. She likes to keep him drunk?
Starting.
Man, you were trying to give it up. No, you don't need more. You are trouble, lady. I mean, if she's an alcoholic too, you'd think she would have had time to be detoxed after being unconscious for like 3 weeks. And where'd she get the booze in the first place?
The people I talk to are mostly hopeful and optimistic.
In the whole 2 days you've been conscious?
People who still might wonder if a kindergarten teacher is really the right person to be president, but this is a tiny, tiny minority.
Wow.
Lee, could I trouble you for a little bit more of this lovely ambrosia?
I think it's time to cut her off. Jeez.
To such a handsome man. You are the spitting image of your mother, and I bet Zach takes just after his daddy.
Does she not know?
Zach passed away a couple of years ago.
I'm sorry.
Where has she been? How did she not know that?
Sometimes it's completely overwhelming.
The hell is she doing? Seriously?
I know some thoughtful soul just rescued me from an almost certain death.
Really? Time to break a toe.
It's a miracle I'm alive.
My compliments to the chef.
Wow, he was so much better off without her.
Well, come on, if there are no privileges of being an exo's wife, then what's the point?
The need for secrecy is paramount, Ellen. Perhaps you don't know that the Cylons look like us now.
Yes, I knew that.
It's recent news. Most people just found out a few days ago.
A thing like that would travel fast.
Jeez. Seriously.
It's been a wonderful evening.
Wonderfully, wildly inappropriate.
Thought it would never end.
I seem to have lost one of my shoes. Oh.
Wow, really? Not okay.
Pleasure's all mine. Hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you never. Jeez Louise.
Good.
Really?
Good night.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You need to take that away from her, not give it to her.
You actually think that woman is a Cylon?
Well, if she's not, then we're all in a lot of trouble.
You're trouble either way.
Scuttlebutt was that she slept with more than half the fleet while Saul was in space.
Wow.
He loves her deeply.
Blindly. Bring out this self-destructive streak in him.
Used to?
Yeah, I don't think it's used to. Those two do not need to be together. What are they doing with him? Why are they putting him through all this crap? That's a lot of toasters. And a ship, too, it looks like. Why? They've already taken Caprica.
Come on, we gotta find another way out of here.
You never get tired.
Adrenaline.
She's a Cylon.
And I'm not gonna let you die here either.
Slightest idea where Earth is.
Hello, you're in a public space. Oh my gosh.
Colonel.
Doctor.
Oh. Such a bad influence.
I know exactly who you are. And the pleasure's all mine.
Something here, isn't there?
Yes, I'm watching you. Both of you.
And you should be watching her.
Care to join us for a nightcap, Doctor?
I'd love to,
Really?
Dr. Baltar, please report to the lab.
but I can't. Another time, perhaps.
You said we were starting over.
Or that was just a little bit of harmless flirting.
She said they were starting over, not that she was going to change her ways at all.
In the middle of dinner, Bill put his hand on my leg.
I'm not falling for this.
He did not. And you put your foot in the kid's crotch.
A rising star. He'd come into my room. I'd pretend to be asleep, and then he'd touch me.
Why are you doing this? You're lying.
She's nuts.
I'm not! Prove it.
I have started and stopped the test twice already now, so I'm running a little behind.
Twice?
My fault. Long story.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that.
No, you probably shouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
Did you tell him to stop Ellen's tests?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Well, I had some concern.
What do you think, I was Cylon me?
That's why she wanted you tested.
You can't deny that you've been making these log calls.
Have you been spying on him?
Please, we're in a laboratory. There are hazardous chemical compounds everywhere. That's a thermonuclear bomb, for frack's sake.
I had to go to the Rising Star and I didn't want Tigh to know about it.
Why not?
Because whether or not his wife is a Cylon, she's nothing but trouble.
Well, then why did you bring her aboard the ship?
Couldn't refuse her access to her own husband when I wanted her close to me.
I told you.
Lovely.
Oh my God.
Secretly visiting my wife?
Yes, but it's complicated.
I think we should all just take a deep breath.
Maybe take this somewhere else, like the doctor said. Lots of dangerous chemicals, nuclear bomb shit
He
there.
was testing my wife. You met with the president?
Yes. She thought you might be a Cylon.
Uh-huh.
Attention. The radar smoothed out its flight plan about 2 minutes ago.
Is it healing? Can they do that?
Sure, I hate to tell you this, but I think it's been playing with us the entire time, just waiting to see how we'd react.
He's heading back toward the fleet.
It was playing possum?
He's on a suicide run.
Oh, he's on suicide. Okay. Kamikaze. Oh, they got him.
Had a hunch. Good call.
Yep.
She's been a negative force in your life, and I'm sorry about that, but it's the truth.
Maybe she was. Everything was different then.
There's nothing different about her.
So I had a couple of drinks tonight. I was celebrating.
But your wife is a soused bad influence.
You do your job good. That's why I need you, Saul. And that we're friends. I don't want anything to come between that, not even Ellen.
It won't.
Except for that she accused him of doing inappropriate things to her while she was sleeping and stuff. The fact that she stuck her foot in the kid's crotch. Come on! She is not to be trusted. Even if she's not a Cylon.
They slipped through. How's that
She
possible?
thinks she loves him now, that she can't live without him.
Wait a minute, is she not on the Cylon side anymore?
No, it bothers you that you've never experienced it. I can't help wondering what it would be like to feel that.
I thought that was part of their plan. I'm confused. Her getting taken away and getting beat up and sent back to him, I thought was part of their plan. Now she's running away with them against Cylon plans?
He's definitely human.
No hard feelings, I hope, Ellen.
But let's be sure and test you next.
You don't want to frack with me, Bill. Try to remember that.
Don't frack with me either, Ellen.
If only they knew that everyone passes these days.
No muss, no fuss.
Wait a minute, so is she or isn't she?
What did her test really say?
I'll never tell.
If she's in his head, wouldn't she know? Because he knows. And he's there in La La Land, and everybody's ignoring the fact that he's in La La Land. Well, that was the end of episode 9. Why is he just passing everybody now? What's the point of there being the Cylon test? First, they wanted him to have one. They wanted him to make it. And it's not fake. It can accurately tell whether a person is Cylon or not. But he's not going to tell anybody the real results. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We shall have to watch the next one and see if any explanations are doled out. Alrighty, on to episode 10 of Battlestar Galactica.
I can assure you the fuel shortage is our #1 priority.
Fuel shortage, yes, that would be the hope, is to find more fuel. You don't want to be dead in the water.
How long before the fleet runs out of fuel?
Isn't it a fact, Madam President, that we only have enough for 2 more jumps?
Yes.
Do we have a contingency plan?
Now she's hallucinating? Or is she dreaming?
We would use our last fuel to jump to the nearest planetary system.
What is wrong with her? Is that a side effect of her medication?
That is all for now.
That was weird.
Any luck? But don't you want to be a hero to Ensign Davis? How's it going, Crash? So cute.
This is gonna take 100 years. Come on.
Not your punching it's gonna help. Or maybe it does.
Jackpot! Heroes never fails. Great, Boomer. The second that I score, the bus driver jumps in and takes the credit.
Silence.
Huh? Oh crap.
The rock's crawling with them.
How did you not detect them? That's not good. I thought this was uncharted territory, like none of them had been out there before, and they had Cylon recon people that were trying to research stuff. What are they doing out there?
Staking out every waterhole in the desert. A refinery this far from their home world?
Why not? They need fuel as much as we do.
Yeah.
Enough firepower to keep it.
All right, so we forget this asteroid, find another source.
You can bet your ass the Cylons will be guarding that one too.
So take the Tillium from the Cylons. We know where they are. They don't know where we are. We'll catch them with their pants down.
It's not like you got a whole lot of other options.
So we don't fail. Captain Adama and Colonel Tigh are working on the plan now, and I need some serious out-of-the-box thinking.
Out of the box is where I live.
Yeah. That describes her.
So what have you seen? It started out as dreams, and now I am seeing things while I'm awake. What kind of things? Snakes. How many?
Does that matter?
About a dozen. You read Pythia, and now you're having me on. Who is Pythia? One of the oracles. Pythia wrote about the exile and the rebirth of the human race. And unto the leader they gave a vision of serpents, numbering 2 and 10.
Trying to say she's a prophet now or something?
She also wrote that the new leader suffered a wasting disease and would not live to enter the new land. But you're not dying, are you?
Weird.
Refresh my memory. What year was it that you graduated from War College?
What's the matter, Colonel? Mary left you only expected.
Don't get in the marriage stuff.
We're not going to win this one by the book. All due respect, gentlemen, we're not as crazy as she is.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
So what would you do differently?
So now the president is supposed to be some kind of prophet? Or was prophesized about? And how did the prophecy end?
3 civilian freighter ships to use as decoys.
Decoys.
Which means those passengers will have to be relocated to other ships which are already overcrowded.
They'll be posing as a mine fleet coming after the Tillium.
What happens to the crews on the civilian decoy ships?
Well, they'll keep their FTL drives spooled up and just jump clear first sign of trouble.
How many casualties do we anticipate?
It'll cost us.
War. That's to be expected.
If you keep running from the schoolyard bully, he's not chasing you, but the moment you turn around and stop and you punch him really hard in a sensitive spot, he'll think twice about coming back again.
Good hunting, everyone.
You're the Cylon expert.
Why is he the expert? I mean, other than the fact that he created the test that could tell who was a Cylon and not? Not sure that makes him an expert on how they think or act or whatever.
All we have to do is hit the right spot.
Specifically, you need to hit the staging tanks for the refined Tillium precursor.
Stop trying to flirt, man. Get with it.
Oh, come on, he must have an inkling. When I should tell him to bomb.
No, but God does.
Really?
I suppose God doesn't want me to destroy the base because he's the Cylon god.
God doesn't take sides.
Uh-huh.
Where would the staging tanks be, Doctor?
Way to be weird.
There. Right there.
You just pulling stuff out of your butt.
Well done.
God didn't speak to me. Pick that spot at random.
He doesn't always speak in words, guys.
So the fate of the entire human race depends upon my wild guess.
Lovely. So if he was right and that was God's will, does that mean the Cylons would leave you alone because God likes us too? Seems silly. And if the Cylons believe that God doesn't take sides, that God loves everybody if you give him your love or whatever, why are they out to kill all the humans? Because they think they're the God for everybody, right? That means humans too.
Apollo's leading this strike force. You're gonna have to sit this one out.
Why?
I'm the best pilot that you have.
Not right now. A Viper thruster pedal requires this much force to activate.
That seems like a lot of weight for a pedal.
4. I'm sorry, it's a tough one, but you're staying home.
You don't think I'm up to this?
Of course I do.
She just wishes she was out there in the midst of it.
You're worried that I'm not going to pull it out of the fire with some high-risk retina-detaching move the way Starbuck would. But this isn't an ego trip. This is my job. And don't think for one moment that I will not get it done.
Because we've got one shot.
Yeah?
Don't frack it up by overthinking.
We're still alive. Why nobody else?
Yeah?
Probably hold out in their fallout shelters or something.
And where are the horses? And other animals? Besides the rats. Saw rats.
2 ways out and a lovely view. Corn.
What's wrong with her?
How far you figured to Delphi?
Cylons can't get sick, right? I mean, aside from radiation. Not like regular viruses.
Got something for you. Belonged to your grandfather.
The lighter?
Dad used to carry that into court cases. Claimed you never lost.
A lucky charm.
You know, sometimes it feels like the whole ship thinks Starbuck would do better.
I don't.
He knows the both of you?
Because you're my son.
I'll bring it back.
You better. I'll kick your ass. It's a good lighter.
If he doesn't bring it back, I don't know that there'd be much ass left to kick, but...
We gotta go. Right now.
I don't know about jumping from that height. Like, roll an ankle or break a leg or something.
If they take the bait, all hell breaks loose.
Until then?
You wait.
We wait.
The Cylons have seen the freighter. They're en route to intercept.
Do the freighters have any kind of defensive guns or anything?
They've launched most of their fighter force.
That's a good bite, right? That means most of the Cylon force is occupied with the decoy.
All you can do now is wait and hope you didn't make any mistakes.
I never wanted this kind of responsibility.
The Cylons never asked us what we wanted.
That is true.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Sometimes you gotta do what you need. They didn't ask what you want.
Galactica crash down. Tally 50 plus on an intercept course. Repeat, 50 plus inbound.
I thought they said 90 before.
What's that mean?
It means that a Cylon patrol spotted our attack force.
That means we're outnumbered now 5 to 1.
That's significant.
Six!
Oh.
I'm hit! No joy, no joy!
No joy? Now what? I'm guessing they weren't accounting for their attack force getting spotted at that time. So now what do they do? I mean, you're kind of committed. Can you still go through it, or can they, like, hide in the debris? There was a lot of asteroid debris, right?
An inbound Galactica.
Oh, that's not good.
It's coming after us.
That's exactly what it means.
That's not good.
There are no reserve Vipers. Everything is on the board already. Now we play for all the marbles. Starbuck, it's your plan.
Was there another plan?
Learn and inform Apollo. The back door is open.
So was this like a backup plan, or was that always part of the plan? They were attached to the decoy freighter?
Lieutenant Thrace, why didn't you tell me we had another attack force hidden in the freighters?
You never know who's the Cylon.
So you still might pull this off?
If Dr. Baltar's target information is correct.
Flag suppression unit cleared hot.
Except for him, aren't the rest of those still kind of newbies?
Hey, let's do this.
Uh-oh. Defensive guns.
Weapons free, by the numbers.
What?
Fucking missiles!
Come on.
There's like a force field or something?
We get close enough so we don't need the guidance system.
Jammer.
Pull this thing manually.
Uh-oh. He's gone.
He's going down!
So did you.
Now they've got our attack axis zeroed in.
Notify the Strike 1 Vipers if they can stop running and blast those bastards to hell.
Well, you hope they can.
The conveyor tunnel's clear. I'm going through it.
What?
Captain Apollo's flying into the conveyor tunnel, hoping it'll lead him to the refinery.
How big is the conveyor belt tunnel? Not very.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, crap. That's like a dead end. Now where are you?
Okay, I'm through the tunnel. There you are.
What is that thing? Is that supposed to be a tank? I thought the little round ball things would have been the tanks. I guess that did it.
Mission accomplished.
Well, don't celebrate too fast. You still got all those Cylon fighters out there, right?
The money, it's one hell of a fireworks show.
Did.
Sheer dumb luck.
It worked.
Oh. Still got to deal with the Cylon Raiders, right?
Strike One reports inbound Cylons are bugging out. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Yeah, now they can celebrate.
I had my doubts.
It was obvious.
Wasn't sure the crazy-ass plan of yours could even possibly work.
Nah. Make a mess.
You deserve this.
Crash!
I'm not sure if Crash is a good moniker for a pilot. Doesn't exactly instill confidence. And the old man gets his lighter back.
Have you read the Pythian prophecy, guys?
Not since the 6th grade.
All of this has happened before. All of this will happen again. Led by serpents numbering 2 and 10.
The Vipers.
Vipers, the planes?
It led to a confrontation at the home of the gods. You are part of God's plan, guys. You did well. You gave yourself over to him.
Weird. This just doesn't make any sense.
There's really no other logical explanation for it.
Doesn't have to be logical. It could be sheer dumb luck. Random chance.
I am an instrument of God.
Filling his head with delusions of grandeur now, like he didn't have a big enough ego. Oy. Okay. Well, there ends episode 10. Why are they building up his ego like he needs it inflated anymore? At least there was no sign of the commander's whacked out wife or whatever in this particular episode, of what kind of trouble she's getting up into. And still don't know if she's a Cylon or not, because he's falsifying everybody's tests to say that they're human whether they are or not. But then that means, at least, even though he's telling people that everybody's human, he knows, because the test does actually tell him who is Cylon or not, and he's just going to keep all that information to himself, I guess. What he's going to do with it, I don't know. I think I remember them saying they had a fuel refinery ship, So they should still be able to get the fuel without the refinery that's on the asteroid or whatever. So there's that. I'm not familiar with the Pythia prophecy. I think that's the first time I heard it mentioned, so see how that plays out into it. And there we go for now. Let me know if you have any recommendations for other shows or movies to watch. Drop it in the comments. And remember to hit like and subscribe. See you next time.